DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone and welcome to a very different edition of DSP Tries It. This one is a live taste test of a new product that you can probably get at your local grocery store. Right now, Lay's is doing a nationwide flavor test in the United States. If you don't know what that means, it means that every year they actually have people submit flavors of potato chip for them to do in a nationwide taste test, and they sell them in stores. And then at the end of the year, they kind of take a poll, and whoever has the most popularity will actually become a flavor for that year. Now in 2013, it was cheesy garlic bread, I believe, that won.
I think so.
And so right now, we actually went to our local grocery store, and they had 4 flavors. They had New York Rueben, which is supposed to be like a Rueben pastrami sandwich. West Coast truffle fries, as you can see, supposed to be truffled French fries with like shredded Parmesan and herbs. There's also 2 others, gyro, which we did not get right now, and also biscuits and gravy. Now the interesting thing that we found about this is that it's actually different kinds of chips. Gyro is only available in kettle cooked. Biscuits and gravy are regular chips. The truffle, which we have here, truffle fries, are wavy, which is the thicker cut wavy chips, and then the Rueben are regular. So I don't understand why. Maybe they thought that maybe the flavor comes across better in one style or the other.
They're at it again.
We've got a home dispute. One's getting tickled by the other. That's actually literally what's going on. One of them has the other one on the back and tickling her, and she won't stop meeping. All right, so anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to do a live taste test where we're each going to try each of these potato chips, and we're going to let you know what we think. Stop tickling her. There, so I think she turned her head. She stopped. Look, there's Raisin. She's tickling Cinnamon, and they won't stop. All right, so we're just going to try each one and give our opinions on a scale of 1 to 5. So first, Leanna actually picked, she wanted to try West Coast truffle fries, so let's try those first. Open them up, and let's each give it a taste and see what we think.
I figured West Coast, we're here, we might as well try it. And I think truffle fries, because potato chips are that, potatoes and truffle fries, I figured that would make the most sense, you know, actual transfer of flavor-wise.
Submitted by Angie Food.
Yeah, this girl.
Who is from California.
Irvine, California. Well,
actually has the seasonings on the chips,
yeah,
similar to how I would have on the fries.
they're very unevenly seasoned. I want to go for one that's not too heavily seasoned.
Okay, now I've had truffle fries before, so I know what they're supposed to taste like. Let's see what we
I've
think.
had them once.
I've had them a couple times. Not too many, but a couple times. All right. Doesn't really smell like too much. I'm gonna give it a bite. It's actually pretty mild, right?
Yeah, it's mild, but you know what it tasted like for a second?
What?
It tasted kind of like the sour cream and onion chips,
Yep.
but then towards the end it kind of tasted like the truffle part. So, okay then. So I actually think it's not bad, but it is. They're very oddly seasoned. Like some seem really heavy. I'm gonna try one that's got more stuff on it. See if it tastes more.
Yeah. At first, you almost get the flavor of a sour cream and onion chip, but then it changes. Actually, it's a little bit more buttery. And I'll be honest, I don't taste cheese. You would think, because it's supposed to be the Parmesan, shredded Parmesan on a truffle fry.
I taste it very faintly.
I don't really taste it. I taste more like a buttery taste. A buttery sour cream and onion chip is really what it tastes like. I'll have one more, and then we'll try the others.
I like it though. I would sooner have that than sour cream and onion though, because I get tired of that. I get tired of that flavor. And this is mild enough that I won't eat 3 chips and be like, ugh. Because that's how I get with certain flavors. Like I can only have a handful, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of this flavor.
They do seem pretty heavy to me though. Like usually when I get wavy Lays, they feel light. They're tickling. Look, she stepped right on her face. Okay. Yeah, they do seem like a little bit thicker, a little heavier than regular wavy chips. Usually wavy chips are a little bit more puffy.
I prefer regular to wavy personally.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because it has more in it.
But I think the seasoning is they need the wavy to hold the seasoning in.
All right, let's try New York Reuben now.
Now this one you picked because you like Reubens.
Right.
I've had Reubens and I never really liked them.
No. You might not like the flavor of the chip.
Probably not. So you get a regular chip. It's kind of orangish.
I'm a big fan of Reuben, so I could definitely tell you if it tastes like a Reuben or not. It smells like a pickle almost.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it smells something very strong.
Okay.
I want to find a small chip, but I can't. Here.
Well, that tastes nothing like a Reuben.
I taste pickle.
Right. I taste pickle, and I think what's supposed to taste like rye bread.
Yeah.
And that's all I taste. I taste a little bit of pickle. It's not too bad. It's not too vinegary. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? We just changed the hamster cage. If you can't tell, they're a little rowdy tonight. I think Raisin's got herself into a little bit of a predicament here, but I think she'll figure it out. There she goes with her fat butt. All right. Yeah. It tastes like rye bread. And it tastes a little bit like a pickle, but it's not like too vinegary of a pickle.
Yeah, it's a very mild, almost like a cucumber that was soaked in a little bit of pickle juice, and then rye bread.
Very very mild Thousand Island flavor. Very mild, and I mean that. When you usually get a Reuben, you get some strong sauerkraut and Thousand Island flavor. This is very, very mild.
This one was weaker, I think, than the truffle fry flavor.
Try another one.
And the truffle fries weren't that strong to begin with. This one seems even weaker.
It does not taste like a Reuben. No, it tastes more like rye bread with like some kind of a seasoning,
well,
like a seasoned rye.
Tell
That's what
Jeff
it should be called.
Jeff from Du Bois, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness, this cute. All right, we're gonna have one more, and then I'll give my
Fighting
verdict.
over the chip flavors.
So I'm gonna have this one. What is your verdict on the truffle fries? How would you rate that one?
I'm not a fan of Reubens to begin with, but this tasted like a pickle between rye bread. That was pretty much it, and it was. Even though I'm not a fan of Reubens, I'm even less a fan of this, but I would still eat it if it was put in front of me. It doesn't taste horrible, it just doesn't taste like all the parts of a Reuben, just half of a Reuben.
Alright, so you really don't like Reubens. On a scale of 1 to 5, what would you rate this one?
Like 2 to 2.5.
I'm gonna probably, on a scale of 1 to 5, rate this a 2. Because I don't taste sauerkraut.
Yeah, no.
I barely taste Thousand Island or meat. I taste a little bit of rye bread and maybe like a little bit of a pickle flavor, but it's missing most of the components of what it's supposed to be.
Well, how can you make that into a chip? Like, at least with the truffle fries, it's potato.
Right.
You're halfway there.
I don't know. But that's the thing. Don't advertise it as that. Call it something else, you know?
Call it like rye bread or pickle.
And I'm going to be honest, this is what's confusing to me. And we said this in the store, too, when we saw this bag. When you eat a Reuben sandwich, what do you eat with it?
Chips.
Yeah. So why would you want to get a Reuben sandwich and then chips that taste like a Reuben sandwich? You know what I mean?
In case your Reuben really sucks.
So unless, you know what I mean? Unless you're craving a Reuben and you can't get one, wow. All right. Unless you're craving a Reuben and you can't get one, and you want a substitute and you're going to eat greasy chips, you know what I mean? I would be disappointed. I would just want the Reuben instead of the chips. Or if I'm eating a Reuben, I want Reuben flavored chips. So it's kind of silly. It's almost like having two sandwich flavors for what you would have. I don't think this chip makes no sense to me.
No.
And by the way, it doesn't taste really like what it says it is. So I'm giving that a 2 out of 5. All right. West Coast truffle fries. You can go ahead and rate it, and I'm going to eat one more while you do that.
I'm going to give it 3.5 to 4. It depends, because some of them are really lightly seasoned, so it's kind of weak. But then when you get the heavier ones, you get more flavor. It's hard to taste the cheese. It's very hard, but I can taste, the other things. But at first it does kind of taste sour cream and onionish.
Yeah.
But, it's like after I had eaten half the chip, I started to taste the other flavors.
Yep. I would even say, I wonder if that's the same, whatever that seasoning is that the same thing that they put on their sour cream?
I get the feeling
and
that maybe part of it is.
Right. It's definitely, it starts out tasting like sour cream and onion. It gets richer and more buttery as you eat it. I don't taste cheese at all.
I tasted very, very mildly.
Yeah. And it is really a mild flavor. There's nothing like, it's not tangy, it's not salty. It's kind of a mild flavor overall. So it's like a mild sour cream and onion almost. I like this better than this for sure.
I do too. I actually would eat this. You know, if this became the flavor, I would say, you know what, maybe I'll pick up a bag sometime. Would I go for this chip over any other? Probably not. I'd probably go for a plain or maybe sometimes barbecue, but if this was in stores, I would get this. That, I would walk right past
This
it.
one, not only am I disappointed by the flavor, it makes no sense to me. This one, the flavor's not amazing, knock you on your ass, but it makes sense. And this is something that I would like to have in a chip form. And it's not bad. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. What do you give it?
I liked it. 3.5 to 4, depending, obviously, if you like sour cream and onion, because you kind of do have to like that flavor to begin with. Because if you hate sour cream and onion, you bite into it, that's what you're going to think it is, and you're going to spit it out and throw out the bag.
All right, so for me, it's a 2 and a 3. For Leanna, it was a 2 to 2.5 and a 3.5 to 4. I hope that this helps you decide if you want to check them out. There's 2 other flavors. So there's potential in the future. I'm sure they're going to have these in stores for a few months, probably. So we may actually do the other 2, which are the gyro and the buttery biscuits, Southern-style buttery biscuits.
Greektown gyro and Southern biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy, oh man. So we may check those out in the future, but for now, they're just okay. It's not great. I wouldn't go crazy for these. You know, certainly, especially because they're, you know, right now, of course, they're charging premium price for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, Jeff. I don't think you knew what you were doing when you made this. Tastes like a piece of rye bread. Angie, I think you're onto something. Maybe a little bit more. It could be a little better.
Yeah, maybe a little more cheese flavor with those chips.
All right. But, okay, that is it for DSP Tries It. For 2 out of the 4 Lay's nationwide flavor search chips for 2015. And I hope that you liked it. See you next time.